But if you come into Korea and you're thinking that you're just going to have opportunities flying at you, you're going to become a model, you're going to get easy jobs because you speak English or because you're pretty, you got to throw that idea out of the window ASAP. Hello, my name is Marlon Aleister. I have been living in South Korea for going on almost 4 years now, and as someone who has been living here for this long, has experience with many different jobs and things going on in Korea, as well as I speak Korean, I have plenty of Korean friends, I have been in relationships with Korean people, whatever, I want to give some ideas of what misconceptions I have heard during the time that I have been making this YouTube channel and all the videos that I've been doing, a whole bunch of comments that I've been getting, and just things that I feel like people should know about misconception-wise about Korea. Especially if you're coming here to go to school, or if you're coming here to move here or be an English teacher, whatever it is that you're gonna be doing, I want you to know some few things that I have seen in my comment section or people have told me about that I just want to get off my chest. I just want to be able to talk about it. So one of the biggest things I want to talk about right at the beginning is that Korea is not what you see online, in the media, in news, in everything that you see online. Everything that you see as sensational or that you see on the internet is so different from what Korean life is actually like. And I'm speaking from my own personal experience, and I'm sure a lot of people in the comments and Korean people would agree with me, but there is so much sensationalization going on with Korea at the moment. There is so much news and so much media that is being pushed out to the Western world that is trying to paint Korea as either heaven or is trying to paint Korea as something that is really toxic. And two things can be right at the same time. There are bad parts, there are great parts about Korea. However, I don't think that it is as really dramatic or as crazy or as great or as heavenly as these media outlets or these entertainment businesses are making it seem. For 99.9% of the country, life here is just like normal life in any other country that you would expect. And I think media, especially things like news and the K-pop or the K-drama industry, really show these kind of heightened versions. It's kind of like drag in a way, if you're familiar with drag. Women do not look like drag queens. Drag queens are kind of this hyper feminine, hyper reality version of what these things are. And I feel like the K-pop industry is something like that, and the K-drama industry is something like that. As well as news, there are a lot of things that come out in the news about Korea, whether it be infrastructure or whether it be societal issues. These things do come out, but I want you to know a lot of these things are also really sensationalized. That's what the news is. News is doing that. News is trying to catch people's attention. So I just want you to hopefully make your own assumptions when you come here. After you've lived life here for a few months, whatever it is, I don't want you to base your whole existence of whatever Korea is based on what you see online, based on what you see in the news, based on whatever you're seeing in the media. If you have interest in coming to Korea, feel free to come and, experience it yourself. Then you can talk about it. But once you've met some Korean people, once you've learned some of the language, then I feel like it's a little bit more appropriate to start kind of just having discussions about Korean society or Koreans' problems and stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of things going on in comment sections and people yelling at me and stuff like that, talking about that I don't know what's going on. I'm allowed to talk about it. It's my channel. I live in Korea. I speak Korean. Most of y'all probably don't. Unless you're Korean, then hello. But that's something else I want to talk about is if you are interested in coming to Korea and you want to learn Korean, it is not nearly as hard as you might expect it is, because when I was first learning Korean, I was really kind of scared because it looks so different from English. There is a completely different lettering system. It is a really difficult idea for me as a English speaker that I have seen so many languages with the sort of alphabet that I'm familiar with. And I saw the Korean alphabet system, I saw the Korean grammar structure, and I was so scared to tackle this completely new thing. It was the same thing when I was first learning Japanese or Chinese. I saw these systems and I thought, I'm never going to be able to understand this. However, something really great about Korean is that the alphabet was made to be as simple as possible, so it is really easy to learn. You can go and learn it in like an hour. Not only that, but the grammar structure is really not that difficult. The conjugations, in my opinion, when it comes to like verb conjugations, is way easier than English. So if you are someone that learned English as a second language, Korean should be very, very simple. And if not, survival language is very, very easy. So please, if you are intimidated by Korea because it has a different language or has a different lettering system from what you're used to, then I would maybe take a second look at this kind of concern, because this is something that I really, really push other people to look into when they are first coming to Korea, because it is so much easier than you would expect. And I try to help people and show them, look, it's this simple. And they come back to me, they're like, oh yeah, it actually is not that hard. So I always encourage people, please go and check out some resources. And I've made videos in the past about language learning. So if you are interested in learning Korean, I have some videos on my channel. I'll probably put some here. So if you want to go look at those and see if there's something there for you, I really encourage that, because it is not so hard. I know there's a lot of lists that have like Korean as one of the most difficult languages to learn in the world for English speakers, but just ignore that. Really, please, just try. It is not that difficult. There's a lot of reasoning for those kind of lists when it comes to like the hardest language for English learners. It's because so many things, but look into it, try it yourself, and see for yourself before you make an assumption. Another thing, this is usually probably for the younger audiences, because I don't think adults have this problem, but if you do, then I just want to talk to anyone about with this kind of mindset. But if you come into Korea and you're thinking that you're just going to have opportunities flying at you, you're going to become a model, you're going to get easy jobs because you speak English or because you're pretty, you got to throw that idea out of the window ASAP, because that is not true at all. I applaud your confidence and your sort of dream mind that you got going on, but you got to realize that Korea is just a country like any other country. And when you come here, you will have a rude awakening if you are in this sort of mindset that I will have any opportunity, everything will come to me. You gotta have a rude awakening. If you're gonna come here, you're gonna see that it is much more difficult than what you specifically, these kind of people, are expecting. And this is not the majority. I don't want people to think that a lot of foreigners come to Korea with the mindset of like, I am better than everyone else and I'm gonna get everything I want. That's not the case. Like 99% of the people that I have seen in Korea are actually really sweet people and trying their best to live their life here and learning Korean and stuff like that. However, if you are not learning the language, if you are not putting effort into joining communities and being a part of Korean society and life, you will be ostracized. You will not get opportunities. The only reason that I have gotten the opportunities that I have gotten and the things that I have done is because I worked my ass off. You gotta hustle. Seoul is a big city. Seoul is huge. Life here is huge. You got to push. You got to work. It is not just some country that you can come and just get anything you want. On that note, Korea is always changing. Korea is a constantly changing country. There is always something new. There's always something happening. There's always something that is going to be either out of your reach or something that you want to catch, but you can't. You shouldn't take that to heart. There's always going to be something new. There's always a new beauty standard. There's always a new trend. There's always new opportunities and things that are changing constantly. Korea is a rapidly growing country, and I want you to understand that you just got to find your place here. Come here and see it for yourself, and there is a place for you as long as you are willing to do all the steps appropriately, such as learning the language, getting a part of the community, and just being a great person, as great as you can. Just like any country, if you were to go to Italy and you just walked around being like, well, I mean, I'm a foreigner, I speak English, I can do whatever I want, that is not true, and you know that. But Korea, for some reason, is unique in people's minds, that they think that they'll get whatever they want because they are beautiful or because they speak English, and you know that's not true. And those people do exist. I am regrettably informing you that if you think that this is something that I don't got to talk about, regrettably, they do exist. I promise you. But anyway, in general, I just want to say that Korea as a country is just like any other country. There is not much that you couldn't compare other countries to, in the sense of you are moving to Korea or coming to visit. All of the same things apply. You just respect their culture. You try to learn the language as best as possible. You try to make friends within the community. You try to be the best person you can while living abroad, because you want to not only make a good impression on yourself, you don't want to be the odd one out. You don't want to be the person that is kind of in a fairyland and then leaves with so much disappointment and so much regret for having come here and having seen the reality of what life is in Korea. As long as you're being a great person, as long as you're trying to learn Korean, as long as you're trying to be whatever the best you that you can, you're welcome anywhere. I would assume you're welcome anywhere. I would hope you're welcome anywhere. If there's bad people, there's bad people. They're stupid. Ignore them. The majority of people here and everywhere are great. I live my life with the thought that most people everywhere are great, and I know that there are stupid people online that are going to comment things, stupid things, even probably on this video. But I operate with the mindset that the crazy, dumb ones are the loudest in the room. They're the loudest online. They're the loudest everywhere. But the majority of people are the greatest people. They are nice and they are kind and welcoming and understanding. I hope this video helped you in any way, whether it was in a big way or whether it was in a little way of encouraging you to continue to learn the language, whatever it is. I just want people to know that this is a real place and these are real goals that are achievable. And so if this video was a little harsh, I'm so sorry, but I just wanted to say this because I'd be seeing some crazy comments in my comment section and things online, so I hope you can understand that. And if you don't believe I speak Korean, please go to the other videos. I have nothing to prove. I have a whole channel talking about Korea and talking about learning the language, and so if you're interested, please go and check out those videos. I feel so hostile in this video today. I don't know what's gone into me, but if you are interested in seeing more content and videos about Korea, then please subscribe and like the video and leave a comment about what you think about Korea and what you're excited to do when you come to Korea, or if you are Korean, if you have any suggestions and things that you want to tell Korean foreigners or people that are coming to Korea, please leave a comment and let us know, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.